What's up everyone, I'm on a mission to get every single Hearts of Iron 4 achievement, including the mod exclusive achievements for every major mod. There's a total of 724 achievements to get and we're already at 28 out of 724. If I can't get all of these achievements before the channel hits 50,000 subscribers, I'm gonna have to make a Hearts of Iron 4 hour-long documentary as my punishment. So please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. For today's achievement run, we're going to be heading into a mod that has just released its 0.20 beta. It's the Weltreich mod. For a very quick breakdown of what the Weltreich is all about, long story short, it's another take on what the world would be like if the Germans came out on top in the First World War, and in response, there's a push for nationalism in nations like France and a mix of nationalism and communism in the UK. The nation of choice today is the Sakura-tinted warriors from the East, Japan, and for today we have a goal to aim for, both involving global conflict we all know and love. And that very conflict is going to lead us to our two target achievements for today's video. Two achievements are: 1. Great East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere as Japan defeat China. Number 2. Yellow Peril as Japan defeat the German Empire. Though this one might be locked behind a monarchist Germany, we're gonna have to wait and see. So with that being said, I'm ready to do this. Again, make sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and without further ado, let's get stuck in. Starting off as the Empire of Japan in 1936, things are looking very similar to base game. However, we seem to have a smaller focus tree than usual. Looking at the ideologies, we only have two options: A, the Showa Restoration Imperial path, or B, the Kodaha Fascist path. I think for the sake of these achievements today, I'll bite the bullet, reject the monarchy, and go all in on purging the Kodaha faction and following down the Konoe path. For now though, our first focus will be for the Imperial Army. There's nothing to check out for the decisions tabs as it's all the same as base game, so let's look at tech. Tech is all the same, nothing really new. The only thing to point out though is that the tech heads as far as 1951, giving us some late game buffs, research boosts and such, which is quite nice. Right, okay, I'll treat it as base game and I'll see you guys when it starts to heat up. It seems the Emperor has had enough. Officers from the Imperial faction just stormed the government buildings and said goodnight to Jotaro Watanabe, Takahashi Korekiyo, and the Prime Minister Inaki, I can't even say this, my god, Inukai Tsuyoshi. Reason why? They think the Emperor should rule the nation and control the government. So now we're left with a choice: Emperor's displeasure that leads to the Purge the Kodaha focus being completed, or the supportive Emperor focus which completes the Showa Restoration focus. As we said at the start, we're realistically going to need the fascists for today's challenge, so displeasure it is. It's purging time. Fast forward into the year of 1938 and it's finally event time. We've gone through our focuses and have adopted the fascist path. It's locked in now, there's no going back. But in doing so, three interesting things have happened. 1, we created the Co-Prosperity Sphere thanks to this focus here. 2, we completed the Fengtian focus, which unlocks some decisions, which you can see here gives us the option to increase our influence in their nation and can help us win them over instead of going to war with them. And 3, unlocked our industry tree. So, game plan from here. Instead of just randomly declaring on Fengtian, I'll use the decisions with the PP to try and win them over and get them to join the Co-Prosperity Sphere. It's going to be super helpful in the long run, especially with their nearly 100 divisions. Then at the same time, I'll blitz through my industry focuses. By the time those are done and Fengtian is won over, I'll also hopefully have completed my army focuses, which can give us some nice buffs, like this Samurai Spirit focus, which gives us +5 for attack and defense. Let's get it locked in and bring Fengtian to hill. And it's finally time to get involved with China. Not only has Fengtian began fighting with Nanjing, China for a little while now, even losing some of their territory south of Peking, but we have now enough points to help them out. As you can see, thanks to the influence points being above 80%, I clicked the decision to bring them into our faction. Now that they're in our faction, we can help them out. So we're going to do exactly that. I'll join their war and see if we can't make a difference in the fight against Nanjing or the Emperor. Oh wow, this is pretty nice. I haven't got to launch a naval invasion to get to the mainland. The game just gave me this decision here: Shanghai landing operation. By doing this, I'm going to have 7 units spawn in Shanghai. This is amazing. Let's get it started and butt rush China from the south. Achievement 1 of 2 just popped as Japan defeat China. After grinding against the mass manpower Chinese army, we broke them and we got them to camp. Thanks to that, the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere achievement just dropped. Now, we have one left, the one where we have to defeat the Germans. Now, that might prove to be a little bit tricky, especially since they're so strong that they managed to defeat Russia whilst at war with the nationalist France and Oswald's Britain. It's build-up time, and then I'll prepare for the German shutdown. So, I completed a focus to demand Indochina from the Germans. They just rejected my demands, and now, as you can see, we're now at war with the Germans. Empire versus empire. Sushi versus Bratwurst. Mercedes versus Toyota. It's time. Let's help out Mosley and the gang in the West by clamping on the Germans across Asia. We're now in June 1946 and we've made a good bit of progress. We've eaten all the German Pacific Islands and their Indo-Chinese puppets and territory. We also got access through Britain and helped push them out of Africa with only a few islands in the Indian Ocean to clean up. With that being said, it's nearly time to finish up the Germans once and for all. I've sent my main 24-stack army over to mainland Europe and they're in the French-occupied Netherlands right now, ready to pounce. It's going to be a grind fest, but let's make it work. So now it's time for a war update. As you can see, we're doing very well in the European theater. We've been easily finishing up and lining up the Germans, which is surprising. You know, the old pocket and wipe tactic is working with ease. It probably helps that both the Germans and the Austrians are running with very low or no equipment whatsoever in their units, as we can see right here. I'm literally sending fully equipped troops and light armored tanks into fight with French air cover, and they're against German and Austrian troops juiced up on LSD that are throwing rocks and sticks. This should be over very soon. See you when the achievement drops. Okay, now I'm really confused. Maybe it's because it was like a coded peace deal in the war between the French and the Germans, but the peace concluded with this scripted peace deal. Although I've earned 13% of the war score, I got nothing out of it. I wasn't even invited to the conference. Now I'm met with these pop-ups and newly designed fractured Germany. So to get the achievement, do I need to destroy the Germanese? Do I release the German Empire, then defeat it? I've got no idea. It's 1949 and this is the situation, right? To pass time, I'm going to build in my Chinese puppets to annex them, then I'll conquer the rest of China, and then we'll try that Germany strat that I just thought of a second ago. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Our Asian expansion has finally begun. With the release of Indonesia after the Second World War, they were defenseless. No allies, no armies, no navy, nothing. So I took it all. Also, China. I managed to get the subject level down low enough to annex them, but for some reason the mod won't allow it, even though it allowed me to reduce it for every level before that. So unfortunately, I used the console commands to annex it. I think for the rest of my subjects, I'll do the same. You know, I'll build in their territories until they're ready to be annexed, and then I'll use the console command to annex them. That way it's still fair and technically playing to the rules. Right. I'll see you in a moment. Radio, it's now 1954, soon to be 55, and we finally wrapped up China and what we can of Asia. In any other playthrough, this would have been the finale. You know, we've played for nearly 20 years, succeeded in our continent, and we've built a big empire, but it's just not enough. I looked around Germany and the German Empire cores do not exist, so Operation Kaiser Revival is a no-go now, which means no second achievement. But should that mean the end of the episode? No. I want to go out with a bang. Give you guys a payoff that's well deserved. The goal, take as much as we can in the Asian continent, from Turkey to Japan. And then when the time's right, we've got to pay a little visit to London and Paris. We'll call it revenge for the inconvenience they caused us. So let me get Asia under my belt, and I'll see you when it's Europa time. And as you can finally see, we've got most of Asia under our belt. We also made a friend too. When I took Kazakhstan, I decided to puppet them and give them all the old Soviet republics to them as well. Now it's time to clean up Asia Minor and the Middle East. Then once it's done, plot, plan, and prepare for the grand finale against France for revenge. Now, it's going to be a bloodbath for sure, but it might be easier than you'd think. I've been clicking around and I've noticed that a lot of the old German Empire territories are completely independent, such as, you know, Russia, Greece, Ukraine. So I might have to give them to Alash or make a new puppet, you know, spread the love. Plus, it gives me a chance to get more resources before the final hurrah too. Let's get to work. You know, sometimes I wonder to myself, Anglo, just how petty are you? How low can you go? And you know what? I think I found my answer. I think the answer is very petty. If we look at the date, it is now 1972. I have played this game for 36 years and 9 months. I have 21 hours of active playtime in this match alone. I have built nearly 500,000 tanks. I have 300 nukes on standby. France screwed me out of an achievement, and Paris, oh, Paris, c'est la vie. You reap what you sow, mon ami. I'll finish off my constructions, get my nukes all lined up and ready, and then I'm going in for the kill. There's no reward for this. There's no achievement. This is just pure, unadulterated revenge. See you guys in a minute. Just like that, the justification is ready. We're going to bleed like crazy for this, 100%. We might even lose. Who knows? All I know is it's time to unleash havoc and open the gates to hell. Let's do it. And that's one nuke dropped. What about the rest? Oh, France is literally cooked right now. Let's send more. It's finally nearly done. The Brits are on the verge of surrendering, and I need just maybe Inverness or Belfast to make them break. Once they're finished, only need to finish off the Spanish, and then it's job done. In terms of blood, we shed 6.47 million casualties, whereas the Franco-British Alliance has a total of 10.7 million. And remember, that's not even finished just yet. I'll get this wrapped up, and I'll see you in the peace deal. Peace time! So, we finally won the war and came out on top against the French menace. We got the revenge we were looking for, it was a great time. So, bear with me just a moment while I clean up the borders. It would seem that even though it wasn't a unified German empire, we just got the achievement to pop because of the German puppets under the French. That's amazing. It means it wasn't completely pointless after all. Well, slap my booty and call me Hootie. Now, post-peace deal. After the Treaty of Berlin, basically every nation is now a Japanese puppet, and we are the Great Asian Empire of Japan. But we're not done yet. I said I was petty. I'm still not done. I'm going to wait for the counter to finish, and when it expires, we're going to war with France again. But this time, I'm just going to nuke them over and over and over and over again. So I'll see you at the fireworks show. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I lost by trophy time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then they screw me out of it. Why did they screw me so? Is it cause the AI hates me? Which nation did the act? This little Frenchie that goes splat. Okay, I'm done now. With the fireworks show finishing and France being no more, that's a good place to finish off today's video. With the finish in 1975 at the Great Asian Empire, we got our revenge after being cheated out of an early achievement by France. And speaking of achievements, we walked away with both of our 2 target achievements, both Co-Prosperity Sphere and the Yellow Peril. Looking at our stats, we also finished with the crazy stat of producing nearly 600,000 tanks. This was a good playthrough, but way too long, way too long. But with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in and watching today's video, guys. I do appreciate when you come along and show the love, so thank you very much for doing so. If you guys did enjoy, of course, don't forget to, to click the like button and subscribe. Share the content with your friends to help the growth of the channel, and let me know down below, what achievement would you guys like me to go for next time? But with that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video I do. Till then, have a good one, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-da!